Welcome back to Vegas Live again. I'm telling you, these weeks seem to fly by. It's not, I finish one week and then the next week flies up. I don't know if it's the same with you, but time is just galloping its way ahead of time. Anyway, I have Shawn Mooneyham with me, and he's running for a position in Las Vegas, and we're going to find out exactly what are you running for. This is this is exciting. This is a challenge.
I'm in the city council race in Ward 3.
City Council Ward 3. Yes. What does Ward 3 mean?
Ward 3, that's the area that I'm running to represent. It's the northeast side of Las Vegas.
Northeast side of Las Vegas in the City Council. So you have a lot to. Who are your competitors? Do you call them competitors? What do you call them?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what you call them. But anyway, they're out there running with you or against you. I guess against you.
It's an interesting race. There's 6 others besides myself.
There's 6 others running?
Yes.
Oh my Gideon.
So it's
that's
interesting.
Tough.
Oh yes, it is.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good about it. I've been out walking the ward. I've actually had people in a certain segment in the northeast side where I've been walking. They've come to me and they say, "Hey, thank you. We feel like we've been neglected by representation. The sidewalks are cracked. It's a mess over there."
And it is a mess. So, what exactly are you running of what you want to change and what you want to do and what you feel that should help your area?
Well, the biggest thing in my area is the homeless situation. I want
homeless. That's terrible.
Create a coalition between the state, the county, the city, and various municipalities. See if we can't tackle this issue head on.
I couldn't agree with you more, and this always gives me the greatest opportunity, which I absolutely love. And this is quote unquote, there's 16, maybe 15, maybe 14,000 homeless children.
Right, yeah.
Am I correct?
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Between the people and the children.
No, just children. This is just children. This is under 18, and I'm sure their books are quite right, but this is just a quote unquote, so, don't bounce on me saying, you made it wrong, you got it wrong. There shouldn't be one.
No, this is America.
Children.
This is a humanitarian issue. I mean,
yes, it's all over America.
We shouldn't have homelessness in America.
Well, not when I understand that we have warehouses full of food and full of cheese, especially, that just sits there.
Right.
And these children go, starving. If you want to know where they live under the freeways, in the tunnel. They live all over the place, everywhere. So, why did you choose the homeless?
Well,
or why wouldn't you? But anyway,
something that I've probably never talked about since I've been here. I was homeless once in my life.
Really?
Back when I was 19, I found myself homeless, and I kind of hit rock bottom, and it took me a while to bounce back. But I bounced back. I'm here, and
what was the main thing you did by bouncing back? Because this would be a great thing for all the homeless out there to find out. I mean, I don't even know if you can watch the show, but anyway, how could people bounce back?
Well, my thing was finding religion, number 1.
Cool.
Number 2 was just trying to go to the various shelters and various places that were out there and
so
get their suggestion.
You seeked out where you could go to, where you could have a bed, and where they could help you.
Right.
So you actually realized you were in a very bad position.
Exactly.
You didn't want to be there.
Exactly.
So you wanted to get out there and find out, are there a lot of places that these homeless can go to?
There's some places. We need to make one centralized place, which is the courtyard project that I talk about. It's starting. They're expanding upon it. We need to make that our centralized spot for the city. However, I believe the city needs to also partner with the various municipalities and the county. I was
going to say,
because it's not just a city problem.
No.
It's a state problem, a county problem.
Yeah. Well, when I stated the 16 homeless, I'm talking about the whole of Nevada.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure a majority of those children, homeless people, are in Vegas.
Right.
And also Reno, I guess it would be as well. So that comes under Nevada, Reno.
Right, yeah,
so
state.
we don't realize how big actually the state is. It's quite large actually.
Right.
And so what has been the response for you? Do you feel you're on the winning side?
Well, I've been out there. Like I said, I had a lady, I was talking to this lady, and she said that, the sidewalk, I said, this area looks neglected. I said, we need to fix that. And she says, you're right. Also, I've been down to the Arts District, and I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's on
Yes, I
Main
am.
Street.
Yes, I am.
I talked to the owner of Atomic Salon.
Yeah.
And she was telling me her employees have to move their cars every 2 hours because they're getting parking tickets while they're inside working because the parking situation is so horrendous.
So they
And-
don't have a place to park.
Exactly. They don't have a place to park.
So
I would like to
something that the proprietor should do, or the owner of whatever they're doing should take care of, as the city parking.
Well, I can tell you, if I'm elected, I'd like to partner with the Arts District, find some land, and maybe the city could put 50% towards the cost, and Arts District could put 50% towards the cost. Build a garage. Because parking's rough down there.
Parking is rough down there, and I
I've
know it's
been
also
down to
very
the events
expensive.
and stuff, yes.
It's very. I know, because when you go to the courthouses or wherever you go, the city, even the city council, the big building there,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah, you
take
gotta park across the
you have
way
to cross the way and
see if
walk
you can
and-
get validated. If not, you got to pay.
Yeah, it's like, and then you get into there and you have to go to another building. You're not in the right building, so
Right.
and it costs a lot of money. All this stuff.
And then she also had said there's been a rash of break-ins in their vehicles. Well, my thing is, the city just spent a bunch of money renovating that area. We need to protect our investments. If we're going to
Yes.
spend money, even if that means you got to have the marshals, a couple
So
marshals
is
just
it
patrolling
that
through.
the police department, or I guess you have to be all together in one,
Right,
don't you?
right. But we need to come
is
up
it
with a
working
plan.
together?
Right, we need to work together to come up with a plan for that.
So do you feel at the moment you're not working together?
Well, I don't know, there's a
I guess
disconnect somewhere.
Somewhere there's a disconnect.
Right.
Now, what made you go into politics? Being homeless, I think, is, to even actually admit you were. But at 19, that's okay, because I think there's a lot of homeless.
I've been into politics since I was 10 years old. I had an aunt.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember coming home in 4th grade, turning the TV on to see Bush Sr., talking about the Kuwait situation.
Yes.
And I had an aunt, very dear aunt. She passed away in the late 90s. And I used to call her every night. At 10 years old, we'd talk for hours and hours.
How wonderful, though.
At a time about the worldly events. And I've just always been inspired. I've been asked a few times to run. I wasn't ready those past times. Here I feel ready.
You feel
regardless
ready.
of what happens, this has been a wonderful
I think that's
thing,
wonderful.
and I've met a lot of people.
Yeah, you've met a lot of people. You obviously want to win.
I
obviously,
do, yes. I feel
but
like
even
I
if you
could be
don't,
that game changer.
if you don't win, because I know this is rather, we all have feelings. We all feel like, oh, I didn't win, and wasn't good enough. Da, 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 da. Would you try again?
I would run again.
You would run again.
But also in the hopes that I could work with that new leader and maybe even create that coalition. Who knows? I mean, who knows what life has in store?
In store for you.
Right.
Yeah, because, God has everything in store for us, but the problem is he doesn't tell us, and the reason he doesn't tell us is because we'd ruin it. If we knew what it was, we would ruin it. Believe me, we would do something to ruin it.
One last thing I'd like to say also is I'd like to create an incentive program to start up new business in the downtown area.
Okay.
I feel that that's the lifeblood of our economy, new business, regardless of what the business is. As long as it's a legal business, we can...
A legal business starting up in downtown.
Right.
Is there enough places downtown to rent? And what about the renting of it?
There's plenty of spots still down there. I talked to the owner of Rebar, and he was telling me some of the challenges that they have.
Yeah.
To start up a business. He said that there's a lot of hurdles. I'm still researching those hurdles, but that's something I'd like to change. I'd like to simplify the process.
Simplify the process. And I know getting a business license, and I know getting a lot of stuff, because there's a friend of mine that's trying to open up a bar and a dance place and a restaurant and the whole thing, and he's having the worst time getting the permits.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Ninon, all it is a signature. That's all I need. And he still hasn't got it. He's been trying for 3 months now.
Yeah,
and he still hasn't got it. So I agree with you on that, because I think that puts people off, because they say, oh, I'm not going to do that because it's going to take me 3 months.
Right.
Now, also, I do understand a little bit of business, which is dangerous, but you have to give the business time. A lot of people don't give it time. They think that in 6 months they should be making a humongous profit.
No, you open a new business, I would
Takes
give
what,
it at
3
least
years?
2 to 3 years.
Yes, I was going to say 3 years is like 2 to 3 years, but 3 years is kind of it. And you don't really, so you have to make sure your capital, that you can last those 3 years.
Right.
So otherwise you could, lose all the money you put in, and then you're back where you started and start working.
Right.
Do you work, what do you do?
I work for a locals hotel and casino. I'm in
lovely.
the guest services industry. So
That's not so. You deal with people. So
I deal with people. Yeah, I've
get
dealt
the word out there.
Yeah, I deal with people. I love networking. If you'd like to get in contact with me, you can email me at smmlv81@gmail.com. You can visit my website, www.shawnmooneyham.com.
That's wonderful. And of course, this is the third time we've had Shawn on, and he's absolutely amazing. And he really pushes it out there. And I told him that, I said, you've got to share it. You've got to put it out there, because the more you put yourself out there, even though sometimes you feel that you're pushing too much, you can never push yourself too much, because you're the only person that
Check
can
my
push it.
Facebook and
Facebook.
my Facebook page and my Twitter.
And what's
Shawn Mooneyham 1 on Twitter.
Shawn Mooneyham on
One.
Twitter, or Shawn Mooneyham 1 on Twitter and Facebook and wherever else you can find him. You're amazing. Now, when does all this come to fruition?
Well, the election, it's coming up. April 2nd is the election.
April 2nd.
And March 16th starts early voting. If you live in Ward 3, I'd appreciate your vote and support.
Isn't that wonderful? Well, but at least we managed to do something today and get sort of, something moving, especially for the homeless and also our sidewalks and everything else he wants to do to help the city.
Right.
And I think, when you put all this time in, apart from having his own job, he now puts his
And I
other
work
time.
nights, by the way, at that job, too.
You work nights?
I work nights.
So you should be sleeping by now.
Yeah.
So he got up especially for this. Isn't that great? Anyway, thank you so much, Shawn.
All right,
We'll be
you.
right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.